Hi, I'm Ferrante Frazier, and I'm a natural health practitioner out of Savannah, Georgia. I'm with Savannah Natural Health Clinic and Crying in the Wilderness. And I want to tell you a little bit about our mentality. Our mentality is different than the medical mentality. I'm going to tell you a little bit about the medical mentality too, but most of y'all know that because that's what you've been educated on. That's what you see on television. That's what you hear on the radio. That's what you're told in school. So you're pretty much fully educated on the medical mentality. Matter of fact, pretty much everything that our mentality teaches, it goes against everything that the medical mentality teach because the medical mentality teach that they can cure disease. We don't believe we can cure disease. We believe that the body is the only thing that can cure. And we don't believe that disease need to be cured. We just mean that the body need to remove the cause where the disease symptoms disappear. But the disease, we believe, is right action. Even though it's not normal, it's still the right thing to do according to the situation. For example, if you are in a dust storm and your sinuses become inflamed with dust, your body will sneeze and you're coughing and to free the dust from your system. Now, that might be a dis-ease or not normal, but it's necessary that you might not destroy your bronchial lining or your lining in your breathing in your lungs and stuff like that, causing damage to them and possibly death. So it was necessary that the cough or the sneeze present itself. So those are normal actions, just not well, they're not normal actions, but they're necessary actions. So they are right action. The medical mentality at the first onset of my health issues, because I was dealing with a lot of health issues before I started my journey. I was suffering with diabetes. I was 353 pounds with high blood pressure, the diabetic neuropathy in my legs, all the names and characterized diseases that the medical mentality was saying that I had. So at the time, I had the medical mentality. I, later learned that my body just was in a state of disease. The whole body was in a state of disease, which was toxemia. I was in a toxic state, and my body had to be detoxed of the toxin that was destroying the different areas and body parts in my body that was causing their dis-ease and their pains and their destruction and their degeneration. So I had to clean up my blood, my toxic blood, this toxemia that was going on. And then my health started, rejuvenating. My weight disappeared. Those symptoms of high blood pressure, those symptoms of high blood sugar, those symptoms of those pains in the legs that came on at night when I then became fatigued and restless. That was going down both my legs, symmetrical. They were all, you'll say, pretty much caused from this toxic condition that was in my body, and my body was running low on energy. But I used to be, I had asthma too. That's something I didn't even mention there. But I even had the asthma where I was using inhalers and took the breathing treatments like, a good disciple. I regularly swallowed the medicines, the herbs that I was getting from the health food store. But none of that stuff corrected or you say addressed the cause of my disease. Now they suppressed some of my symptoms. They suppressed the cause, but they didn't remove the cause of the cause. Yeah, they stopped my head from hurting for a minute, but they didn't remove the reason for my head hurting. So they just returned again and again, and then they came back with force. So I had to learn a way that changed all that and got me to a point where I was able to deal with the matter for once and for all, or repair that leaky faucet for once and for all, and not just keep playing around it, putting a little fixture around it. trying to cover it up. I went ahead and fixed it for once and for all. And that's what natural hygiene teach you, how to fix your health issue for once and for all, and not just palliate and suppress the symptom and the condition. I studied the use of remedies and natural treatments. Although I was obedient to those medical and herbal mentality and remedies at a young age, they weren't doing me anything wrong. They kept me broken, humiliated, and sick and diseased, and even took me even down to almost, you'll say, a deathbed, where I was getting conformed, where I was just wanting to lay up and sleep, and my feet and legs was hurting, and was just getting just more suffering going on in my life. So until I came into the knowledge of natural hygiene, or the hygienic mentality, learning that I was the cause of my health issue from my direct personal habits or my environmental habits. I had to find out what habits that I was doing that was destroying my body, and find out what environmental conditions or pollutants were in my environment that was causing my body to stress or suffer, to cause it to use up its energy. Like, for example, if I was in an area that was too hot, my body would sweat a lot to cool itself down to maintain homeostasis. So this is actually using up energy to maintain a normal level for the body. So it's not normal for the body to use up it or to be sweating like that, but it's necessary to keep it cool. So sweating should be considered a disease, because it's not normal, but it's necessary according to the condition on hand. So here it is. I had to find out what was my condition, and I cleaned up those conditions. I cleaned up those habits, and my body started rejuvenating. Same thing with a flower. You clean up the conditions in the soil of the flower. The flower blooms. You poison the flower and the conditions around the flower dies and withers. So same thing with the human body. All right. Now, with so many health education concepts in my brain, it was amazing how my situation just kept getting worse under the medical mentality. The reason why my situation got worse under the medical mentality is because the medical mentality is rooted in a so-called curing. They're in the curing business. So they're looking for the wrong thing. They're searchers for the wrong thing. They're looking for cure outside of the body. Why are they looking for the cure outside of the body? Because they believe the cause is outside of the body. So if they're looking for the cause outside of the body, they're going to be looking for the cure outside of the body. Now, we look for the cause inside the body. We believe the cause of disease is a personal one or environmental one. But everybody will suffer from the environmental one. That's where you get the mass poisoning, or you get the contagious diseases, or the infectious diseases. But there ain't nothing but diseases of poisoning, of mass poisoning that comes from the environment that we're getting there. But however, a personal condition you have to get rid of with your own personal habits. You have to find out what's in your personal habits that are going wrong, that need to be addressed. If you're, your sinuses don't act up unless you're in the environment to what? Sneeze. If you sneeze, it's going to be a condition of your environment. You're in the dust storm or something like that. If you're in the water, you'll start drowning. It's a condition. So you look, if your body is degenerating, you must look at the condition that is around your body, or the practice or the habit that is around your body. Now, I'm going to go in more detail in my next segment. This is just one of the first, telling you my way to health, the ways that I've learned to health. You follow those ways, you may develop health in your body as well. I didn't make up this stuff. This is stuff that was given down to me, that came when the first man appeared on earth. He had to be in a clear, clean environment. His habits had to be right. He couldn't destroy himself either. He had to have fresh air, sunlight, rest, water, all those things that are necessary for life. He had to have it then, or she had to have it then, or whatever it was had to have it then. And so will we have to have it now and in the future.